Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading for January 5th to the 11th. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right into it. By the way, as always, the blue asterisk, the best aspects of the week, and you're probably coming out of this amazing full moon in Cancer that happened over the weekend. I dropped these forecasts a little bit before the week began, so maybe some of you are entering the weekend where this is an amazing full moon. All right, so you probably see what you need to see. Maybe you're closing some doors, some chapters. Maybe you let out a good cry. The moon rules Cancer. It's emotional, but maybe you made some money. It's conjuncting Jupiter and Cancer in your second house. But either way, the biggest thing is that you're saying bye-bye to 2025. You already did. Gone. 2025 is gone, and now you're ready for some serious growth because you're in Capricorn season. You got a job to do. You're locking in your legacy, all right, with structure and discipline and ownership. And there is this high level of being real with yourself because Capricorn is Saturn ruled. It's grounded in what's real. It is not dreamer energy. Okay, there's no clicking heels here. If you're in Kansas, you're in Kansas. All right, Capricorn is doer energy. It's all about the gains. It's all about the outcome, the goals, having a strong finish. It's all about success. You're going to roll up your sleeves because you've got Mercury, Venus, the Sun, an exalted Mars, all traveling together, conjuncting, merging their energies this entire week. All right. So what does that mean? You're going to be proactive. You're going to be practical. You're going to be pragmatic, professional, prioritizing all the words. And here's the thing. You will walk the walk. You will talk the talk. It's Capricorn energy in your 8th house. So, whoa, this is deep. Wow, this is really deep for you. The 8th house, your entire life is going to start changing right off the bat. 8th house is transformation. It's death and rebirth. It's shared resources. So that money energy is still really strong, right? Shared resources as in, inheritance and investments and royalties and commissions and loans and taxes, paying off debts, things like that. Okay. This is deep. 8th house is deep. There could be some shadow work that you're doing as well. It's big. It's big. Okay. Because you got, almost half the solar system here right now. Yep. And because Capricorn is all about achievements, there's going to be a point this week where you will take a step back and you are going to say, wow, I did that. I got that promotion. I passed the bar. I got booked on The Bachelor. Whatever your long-term goals are, that's what's happening here. But again, it is your 8th house. So whatever your long-term goals are, there's got to be a huge transformational moment that you're going to have. And there's likely going to be something here with relationships, partnerships, deepening relationships, money, intimacy, and your legacy. Okay? And you will be knee deep in all of this energy. You're going to be immersed in it because you've got the ultra rare triple kazimi with the Sun, Venus, and Mars starting Tuesday, January 6th. And I talk about these kazimis, these conjunctions in depth in your January forecast. I won't repeat any of the same information here, so check that one out. This here, you got the Sun conjunct Venus at 16 degrees. Wow, this is big. This is Venus. This is the Sun and Venus. You have a Venus kazimi. And we get it once a year. We're going to have it twice this year because of the Venus retrograde at the end of the year, which feels so far away. But remember, this is a reborn Venus. She's got maximum power. She is bursting with charm and energy and magnetism, and therefore you will too, especially in your 8th house. Whoa. And so it's really interesting for Venus to be in the 8th house because the 8th house is so deep, right? You're possibly going to be having a lot of conversations, because Venus is so social, right? But it's what your heart desires. You're going to be attracting things that you want when it comes to love and money. Those are the biggest themes, right? And they're pivotal as part of your transformation. And honestly, I mean, this is in a very structured way. It's still Capricorn energy regarding relationships and even creative projects, which Venus represents. So again, you have Venus, a planet of love and money, and your 8th house of love and money, right? So there's possibly going to be a lot of business talks, like business meetings, Zoom calls. But remember, Venus is money, your values as well. There's something here long-term related. And Venus ultimately is like finding the beauty in all things too. So great time to date, to network, to negotiate. It is your 8th house. To entertain as well. You're Geminis, you love being social. Have a sleepover, have a braid party, whatever you need, whatever you want, okay? But the most important takeaway is that Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, who is Chronos, who's father time, and Venus is your values. So with this reborn Venus, make it clear what is worth your time. And is it being honored? You will have a moment with this Venus kazimi, all right? Now, also, the same day, we will have the moon in Virgo trine Juno and Capricorn. There is, some of y'all are going to be buying a house, selling a house. There's something official here, okay? Maybe getting married. Maybe there's something you're moving in with someone. We'll talk about it in the second spread. Anyway, Wednesday, January 7th, you got Venus conjunct Mars, 18 degrees. Remember, the 3 planets, Venus, Mars, and the Sun, they're all at the same degree, moving from 17. They're kind of spilling over into that 18 degrees. So Venus conjunct Mars, this conjunction is going to feel like a cannon to the kazimis. Now, it is highly intimate and intense and bonkers. And again, it is in your 8th house, which is intense and intimate, all right? Especially with your desires, your passions. You got romantic, sensual, sexual, creative sparks all rolled into one off the Richter scale. And yes, the 8th house is also sex, right? So you've got Venus here. Now, Venus is reborn and Mars is exalted. You know what happens when Venus and Mars gets together. This is powerful. This is all about your passions. This is momentum on your journey toward your long-term goals. Use this, please. This, at the very least, be social or network or take inspired action. This is all part of your transformation. This is building relationships in business or love or pleasure, anything. This is deep, okay? It's very psychological too. So you're like, have fun with this though. Like it's 8th house energy. You will feel it. This is powerful, right? Don't underestimate the power of a triple kazimi. The last time this happened was in Capricorn was like 1993. I mean, it's been a while, okay? Well, even with your ruler Mercury here too. So anyway, go apply for that job at NASA. Go do things, right? We didn't get this aspect last year. It's rare. Use it, right? Now, and by the way, on this day, the moon's going to be in Virgo pretty much this half of the week. The moon will conjunct the south node in Virgo. So there is something karmic happening here. There's old patterns that may resurface, but it's gonna trine this triple kazimi in Capricorn. So once again, there's something here where something with home and family, okay? Or real estate. Now, We'll talk about it in the second spread. Thursday, January 8th, now you've got your ruler, Mercury, sextile the North Node in Pisces and trine the South Node in Virgo. Amazing. Mercury in Capricorn is very it's very strategic minded. Your words carry weight. They're going to stick and they might have depth to it being in your 8th house, right? So, and all of this really matters when you have Mercury connecting with the nodes of fate. This is likely you having a fated conversation or idea or elevator pitch or whatever it is. There's something here. You can make a life-changing decision. It's in your 8th house of transformation. Or you could even hear good news, receive messages that were destined. So pay attention to this day. This is where things could be happening behind the scenes as well. Okay. The moon in Virgo will trine Uranus. And remember, Uranus is all about the unexpected. And Uranus is in Taurus in your 12th, which is like things happening behind the scenes for you. All right. Now, and actually cross watchers, if you watch for your rising or your moon or for your husband or your brother, Ricky, Capricorn, Capricorn, Pisces, Virgo, and you, Gemini, would feel this the most. All right, this aspect. And if you know your natal chart, your birth chart, if you got planets 9 to 11 degrees in any of those signs, well, this is you're going to feel it the most. Now, Friday, January 9th, you have the Mars kazimi. Okay. So you got the Sun conjunct Mars, 19 degrees. The last time we had this was November 18th, 2023 in Scorpio, actually. So you can think about what happened for you around that time. It's probably something with work. But the big takeaway here is I want you to think about Mars, right? With this Mars kazimi. So Mars, from that point, his 2-year journey, aspect after aspect after aspect. He had some long retrogrades. He was in signs that he doesn't do well in, nor does he like. He's got nothing in the tank until now. He's getting 1,000% of his power back. He's basking in that sunlight. All right. And remember, it's an exalted Mars being reborn. So you are going to feel this rush of energy. It's a 2-year cycle that's being set up for you right now that has to do with inheritance, investments, royalties, joint bank accounts and commissions. And yeah, like I said, shared resources, but also relationships, deepening relationships. It can be with a business partner and your legacy. 8th house is truly transformative energy. This is a big one, though. Okay, this is really big. Mars is exalted. This is where he does his best. He's in warrior mode. So you are going to feel valiant and plucky and heroic, driven, especially toward your long-term goals. All right, your legacy, 8th house. And remember, this is the day that the Sun and Mars perfect. Okay, so this is it's like down to the degree, but remember they will conjunct all the way to January 18th. So this is strong. This is a hugely transformative week for you, possibly the most transformative of the year. When you have it for this long, wow. All right. And remember, this is already rare. You only get this once every 2 years. And the fact that Mars is drive and physicality and libido and ambition, it's just so charged up, meaning he can also be very competitive and impatient and aggressive. So sure, you can karate kick the water cooler out the office window if it's on your list of achievements. But don't forget, Capricorn rules your reputation. And so you want to channel this energy constructively. Go make things happen. Start a new project. Start a band. Cover band of Lisa Loeb. Venus does soften the edges here too. So that's really nice. You are going to feel really amped up. I mean, this is your 8th house. I can't even Geminis. You may really, really enjoy this. There is a lot of energy to exert. So please use this. It is your passions, your reality that you're creating. Go create, right? This is your time. Now, cross watchers, it would be earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I am going to throw in the water signs too. That's going to feel the Venus kazimi, the Mars kazimi, Venus conjunct Mars, the most. And if you have any planets 16 to 20 degrees in any of those signs, well, those planets will be aspected, right? You're going to feel it. Now, over the weekend, you will have the Sun, Venus, and Mars all opposite Jupiter at 20 degrees. You're going to feel it really strongly on Saturday. This is 3 verse 1. And it's on the Cancer Capricorn axis. So very interesting. It's your money axis. So there can be something here involving money, finances, income, joint bank accounts, taxes, etc. But it really is more about power versus protection, duty versus care, but it's also how you handle this opposition. You want to move toward the energy of Jupiter, which is expansion and protection and comfort and opportunity. Jupiter, remember, is exalted in a really strong place, but likewise, so is Mars. So if there's any part of this opposition you might really feel the most, it's Mars and Jupiter, and it can make you feel extra nurturing or sensitive or defensive or even reckless. But that's why you just want to be very mindful and handle these energies should anything come up. And again, it may be home and family and work and career, but again, there may be something here really truly with your transformation and the things that you value, as well as money. But with Venus involved here in this opposition, it's actually really nice. It's just, there can be it's Venus is money, right? And Jupiter expands. So you would feel that Jupiter always squeezes something good out of aspects. And these are the two benefic planets. So there may be something here with money, relationships, really feel good moments. Just avoid overspending around this time. That would be the lower expression of Jupiter. And the Sun here, all about validation and recognition. Just avoid overconfidence. And you have the benefit of Mercury in Capricorn, which is very sensible. It brings that logical thinking. It's just with this opposition, it really is all about tempering expectations and not expanding any potential conflict and being diplomatic, because the moon will be in Libra all weekend. And so it's just very interesting. There's a lot brought on the table for you, especially with love and money, as well as family and significant other and romance and intimacy and creative projects. But here's the thing. You've got Mars and Venus and Mercury and the Sun in Capricorn, right? You've got Jupiter in Cancer. Yep. You've got the Moon in Libra. It's going to trigger that opposition, okay? Cardinal sign, cardinal sign, cardinal sign. But you also have Chiron in Aries. You have a Grand Cross. And Chiron in Aries is a little out of orbit, but just 2 degrees. So there's something there. We'll talk about it in the second spread, where we talk about lunations and asteroids and planetoids. Just know it may be an emotional weekend with the moon and Chiron and Cancer energy, which is emotional. You'll likely have to make some sort of decision, but you have an exalted Jupiter. You're going to be fine. Let's get started. Let's see what's going on with you with for the week of June 5th to the 11th for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. All right, Gemini. You're a gem. And I. No? All right. I do a traditional Cultic Cross spread, offers the best overview if we need to pull clarifiers, especially for a weekly reading. And if we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will, Gemini. And you know, I love y'all. Come on, Gemini. Y'all are amazing. I hope you're having you're really like, I really actually, you know, I have my line later. Oh, leave comment. Like, I actually do read your comments. I do want to hear from you, but I do want to hear from you this week when you've got a triple kazimi in your 8th house. It's a lot. Remember, the 8th house is deep. Yeah. All right. You're going to have some deep conversations. Let's get started. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. You're fine. You're good. You're good. You just got to believe in yourself. Okay. Wow. Yeah. I know that took a lot of time to, anyway, you got the 9 of Swords. Again, yeah. You see you look at your monthly forecast, but hey, recent past, that's great. You're coming out of something. You're feeling really, really proud of yourself. You've made up with others. Here's the thing. That 9 of Swords is your card. Remember, it's actually attributed to Mars in your sign. Mars will be in your sign this summer, by the way. I think I told you that too. But listen, all those swords stacked over your head. It's time to come out of that energy. And listen, you have Mercury in Capricorn, which is, again, it can go really deep. It is the 8th house. But look at that, right? And yeah, you have the 7 of Pentacles, which, interesting. It was in your final outcome in your monthly forecast. So you're there. And when you've got all these kazimis in your 8th house, where I said it was like money was going to be a big factor, coming after that full moon in Cancer to your 2nd house. And then Capricorn just is all about career. It's all about like work as well. There's something here. It's like your biggest focus this week. There just may be something here with money, work. It even could be relationships. It could be, Pentacles are your material world, material possessions. There honestly can be something here where just let's think about it. Where do we want to go from here? Where do we want to go from here? We've got to make a decision, okay? But you've got to trust in yourself. You have the Fool, but the Fool is in your challenge area. And it's showing that maybe you do need to take a leap of faith. In order to do that, you need to have confidence. And so there is, again, just something here where it's almost like it's like overthinking something that's just so let's put a pin in it or just let it go. Right? You have that 2 of Swords in your crown. So once again, I feel like this was a big theme for you. in your January forecast where you have someone covering their eyes, someone looking in the past, someone who's wearing a blindfold, and now you have someone who's afraid to take that leap of faith, who's saying, I don't trust in myself, who's saying, I don't even trust in the universe. The universe is always on your side, but you do have justice in the root of your spread. So there is this sense of fairness that you're seeking. There is a sense of like, I deserve better. Remember, Capricorn energy is Capricorn. Here's the thing. Capricorn is Saturn ruled, right? Saturn is karma. And we always say actions have consequences. And you have justice here associated with karma. And that's because Saturn happens to be exalted in Libra. And justice is attributed to Libra. You even see the scale in the judge's hand here. So, with that said, Saturn, who is in your 10th house, where the North Node is still having this impact on you, which is your 10th house of career, which is Capricorn's home. And if I've lost you at this point, all I'm saying is that you've got to let this come out. You've got to be true to yourself. You've got to take all that action that will bring everything that you want. Okay? Remember, out of the old. Leave everything in 2025. No more looking back. You got to look forward. Take out that blindfold and make the decisions that you've got to make. Trust in yourself. Okay? Trust in yourself. You got justice. This is you cashing in your karma points. And when I say actions have consequences, inaction have consequences too. These people are stuck. You got to unstick. You got to, even your words, remember, they're going to stick. Have the conversations you need to have. But this is really being true to yourself and being honest with yourself. And yes, there can be something here with love and marriage and partnerships, business contracts as well. I mean, it is your 8th house. But there's something here where it's all this wisdom needs to be used that's within you. And then you got the Magician in your future. You're good. You just got to be honest with yourself. Look forward. Yeah. And remember, you've got 8th house activity. He's looking at everything he's worked hard for. But he's also, I mean, there is a sense of like investment here. What you've invested your time and energy into, everything that you've worked at, it's time to move in the other direction now. What are you going to do with that, right? And so I think that you have, there's just something in you that wants to come out, but you've got to be willing to trust yourself, okay? And in a sense, looking before you leap as well, okay? Because Capricorn energy is so like, remember, it's very strategic, it's very precise, and you got the Magician in your future, and you're going to be fine. This is your new journey. This is your new journey. This is you with all the power, able to manifest whatever you want, anything you want. That's self-belief. Okay? That's confidence. And this is a whole new journey. You're going to be fine. You're going to be good. He's got all tools of tarot at his disposal. So it's really up to you. It's like you got the Pentacles, you got the Cups, you got the Swords, you got the Wands, the big. Is it work? Is it career? Is it love? Is it, it's it's all you. As above, so below. You're going to be fine. Let's get to your stuff. Gemini. Yeah, this is a week where it's a big week for you. I mean, honestly, there's a lot of 8th house energy. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you subscribe, leave comments, share. There's so many. There's like, what's the other thing? There's a new thing. Hype. There's a lot of it. Anyway, Gemini, stop. You crack me up. All right. I actually got to put on my glasses. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yep. You're gonna. Okay. You want to talk about this? You got the Hermit. Great. Amazing. Go deep. Go deep. The eighth house is, it's deep. Okay. It's Pluto's home. He's the ruler of the underworld. There's no limit to the depth there. All right. So do that introspection. Yeah. Soul searching. That's eighth house energy anyway. Remember, this is you just going, maybe doing some shadow work. Okay. We'll get there, but that's going to solve all your problems here. You've got the Hermit. Listen, you see the just in between those two columns that are gray and Tarot's wisdom, by the way. And these, you heard Solomon's temple, like the wisdom of Solomon. That's where these come from. But you also see this is all gray. And so this is just saying bring more wisdom into your life. But it's more about just tapping within because it's already inside you. Yeah. So you got that 5 on 1s. There's so much noise around you and it can feel a little bit distracting. There may be something over the weekend. If you have any kids, if you have children, that would be your 5th house. And it is part of that grand cardinal cross. So there may be some noise around there. Remember, you have family energy with the moon in Virgo, really active, South Node. You also have that 8th house energy. There may be something here. All right. Now, the other thing is that it may not, there just may be just some not seeing eye to eye with others involved. It could be a partnership. It can be colleagues, employees, family, whatever it is. You got to drown out that noise so you can do you. And start this again, this brand new journey that you deserve. Yeah, the moon. And so there's a lot to be said with the moon. The moon in tarot is attributed to Pisces. Remember what I said, you still have Saturn in Pisces. There's that 10th house area. So there's a lot of, you've got this card attributed to the moon in Libra. You have a Libra card here. There's just, you have the Hermit. There's something here where it's asking you to just go within. You've got that, all the answers inside you. And that is just saying that, like, you do. That's what you want. The 3rd card in your staff, it's saying that all you want to do is just get to a point where you're not worried about anything or feeling restless and you can't sleep at night and you've got so much on your mind. And it's, again, you got to go within. You really have to go within because that's going to help you face the things that may be hard to face. That shadow work we talked about. Okay. And again, it's going to be all those answers are inside you. Don't be afraid to go deep. Yeah. Because you got the moon, card 18. 1 + 8 = 9. Look at whose face is in the moon. So, introspection. Have your moments, because you do have the devil attributed to Capricorn. 8th house is deep. I've been telling you, it's deep. Capricorn rules your 8th house, which is, it can, if there's any house that has like a dark side, right? It would be the 8th house. And when I say dark, I'm not saying I'm saying dark as in because it goes so deep. There's sometimes light doesn't come down there. That's why you got to find that light inside you. And it's got the little lantern light, but We all know that light within you is what matters, what counts. The devil, there's something here where it's all about that release. It's confronting those parts of you that you might be comfortable in, okay? But you might have to let some of it go, or at least think about it, okay? And the devil is everything that you think the devil would represent, which is addictions and like codependency, bad behavior, pessimistic thinking. It could even be circumstantial. It could be, a toxic relationship, a toxic colleague, business partner, boss, work environment. It's honestly whatever's happening in your life where you're just like, okay, I got to really go within to figure out what's making me feel stuck so I can move forward and just start this brand new journey. Okay? You want me clear out here? I'm going to clarify that 7 of Pentacles. What are you? So, like, yeah, I'm going to see the 7 of Pentacles. You're going to come. Just, yeah, okay. There you go. There you go. This is exhausting you too. Look at this with that 9 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, and that 2 of Swords. It's just exhausting you. It's draining energy. It is draining. And even when you have the South Node conjunct the Moon in Virgo this week, that is draining. That can always be a little draining. So you might feel some of that. I mean, you are a mutable sign. You know that mutable axis has been just so pounded the past few months. So this could be your final, like, all right, letting it go to have my fairy tale ending and move forward. I mean, it's the 10 of Cups. Interestingly, a Pisces card where the North Node is, where Saturn is, your 10th house of achievements and careers in Capricorn season. So this is great. Look at how happy they are. This is complete enjoyment. Yep. And it sets you up for this amazing journey where you feel this confidence and you feel this joy and you know that you're about to start this brand new journey. All right. So anyway, Gemini, you're actually really good. I would just, whatever you're harping on here, whatever, this is you telling yourself like, oh, I can't have it or I can't do it. But you've got to you've got to go within, you've got to clear some of that energy and leave it in 2025. Yep. All right, Gemini, great chat. Now, next week is this the one when we got that, we have back to back days with 5 aspects or more. You got the new, there's so much happening next week. All right, so we'll talk about next week. And then tier 3 members, yeah, we're going to talk about the Moon trine Juno. We will talk about the Moon conjunct the South Node, trining the triple kazimi. We'll talk about the Grand Cross, T-square, 2 of them. There's a lot. Okay, so tier 3 members, really good and legendary members. You know where to find the link. Anyone's welcome to join. Gemini, you're amazing. All right. And you're going to be fine. There's just something that, remember, there's something here that it's easier to face the things that you need to face because that feeling of relief and release feels so good when you do. And again, it's all about moving toward your future, thinking about your future. Okay. But letting everything go. This just releasing yourself from those chains, but you got to know what those chains are. In order to know, you got to go within, you got to go deep. Gemini, thanks so much. I will see you next week. All right, bye-bye.